welcome back guys to Jurassic Collectibles. If you haven't already, make sure you enter the competition on the main page. You could be in for winning some amazing Jurassic Park goodies, and it's free to enter as well, so what's to lose? Today we're going to be looking at this. It's the Jurassic Park 3 Hasbro Dilophosaurus, and it comes in this beautiful red React Attack packaging. And this was one of my favourites in the original Jurassic Park, simply because it was so striking to look at. And also they'd embellished the dinosaur a little bit. The Dilophosaurus, as far as we know, didn't have a frill and didn't actually spit. But I like the fact that they'd taken their imagination and embellished the dinosaur a bit. Okay, let's get a closer look at the box. As always, we've got the Jurassic Park 3 branding at the top there, and the cheeky Spinosaurus just leering in. Here you can see the Dilophosaurus in his plastic tray, and down there we've just got the instructions taped to the base in a baggie. All over the packaging you'll see this React Attack logo. Basically means that the dinosaurs have electronic and action features that allow them to react to their counterpart dinosaurs and humans. Here's a look at the packaging from underneath, nothing to see there. And the Jurassic Park 3 logo is on the side there. Turning round to the back, we've got the usual diorama, and you can see here that the spitter has patted the Triceratops on the back and accidentally taken away a big chunk of his skin. It's interesting to note the scale difference as well going on here, because the Triceratops in Jurassic Park would have been much bigger than the Dilophosaurus. In the Jurassic Park 3 toy line, it seems that scale went out the window quite a lot, and especially comparatively, the dinosaurs did not scale up well with each other. All that remains is to get this guy out of the packaging. I've got my tea ready and waiting for review, so let's go. So here he is out of the packaging, and if you've seen my Alpha Velociraptor review, you'll remember that I had difficulty getting the Alpha Velociraptor to stand up in a pleasant way, and it's the same unfortunately with this spitter. I don't know if it's just the way they've splayed the legs. See how splayed they are. Looks like you could stand this spitter on a horse. But yeah, trying to get him to stand up in a sort of a way that I'd expect, like that for example. Obviously with the frill as well, he's very front heavy, so he topples over. So really the best way to get this guy to stand is to rest him on his tail, but I'm not too keen on that look. But anyway, here is the spitter out of the packaging, and I have to say the paint job is absolutely amazing. I don't mind the fact too much that it's strayed a lot from the design we see in Jurassic Park, because it's still a really nice imaginative design. I'll just give you a quick turn around so you can see. As I said, his legs and his arms are very splayed. His frill unfortunately does not come off. The original spitter, the electronic spitter for the Series 1 Jurassic Park toy line, this frill could actually be removed, which would allow you to switch between the mode of the frill being out or the frill being hidden away in the neck glands. So this one at the moment, all it can do is slide up and down the neck a little bit, so there's no way to get this frill off, and that's a little bit disappointing. But let's get a closer look at this guy. Starting off with the head sculpt, I think we've got a pretty good representation of what we see in Jurassic Park. Nice paint job, nice attention to detail on areas like the eye. I would say the teeth look a little bit rounded off, probably for health and safety reasons, but it doesn't detract too much from the design. Then moving on to the frill, we've got these sort of light, sort of lime green tones in the frill. I think that's a little bit off what we see in Jurassic Park, but it's pretty close. Probably as close as you're going to get in a toy representation of Dilophosaurus. Then as we go down the body, you can see here we've got this beautiful sculpted tear in the side of the spitter's torso. And look at those lovely little sculpted circles there. Really nice to see it. They've gone to that level of detail to add all those individual scales. And then as we go down the arm, we've got some beautiful sculpted claws. Resembles very much what we saw on the Jurassic Park Series 1 toy line, so I wonder if they remoulded some of the older toys. And then as we go down, we've got the JP3 logo on the leg there, just letting you know it's official merchandise. Again, nicely sculpted feet. They do resemble the ones that came with Jurassic Park, so I wonder if they're recast. But still a lovely sculpt work. And then as we go down, follow this nice sort of splash of white down to the tail. Really nice attention to detail all the way along. And actually this tail is made of a rubbery sort of plastic. It ends here at this seam line here, and then it's solid plastic all the way up here, solid plastic for the arms and the body. This is slightly rubbery, the frill, but because it's so thick, it's still quite rigid. The underside of the Dilophosaurus is painted really, really nicely and consistently. Something that is often overlooked in Jurassic Park toys. So it's really nice to see this care and attention to detail. In terms of articulation, we're still pretty limited with these electronic toys. Same as the Alpha Velociraptor really. You can't turn the head or close the jaw. Those are in a fixed position. The frill can move up and down, and therefore you can sort of turn it and tilt it a little bit. The arms do rotate, as you can see, but obviously they're limited by the frill, so you can turn those, and also the React Attack feature moves those additively, so you can pose them and move them using the React Attack feature. The legs go forward and backward, so you can have them claw Dennis Nedry or whoever the victim is, and the tail is bendy, so you can bend the tail but it won't stay in that pose. So articulation is a little bit limited, but it's not something that we're not used to with these electronic dinosaurs. On the back here you can just see under the shade of the frill there's a little switch. When you pull that back, the arms rotate and it activates an electronic sound. Similarly, in the wound here, there is another button in the middle of the rib cage, and that activates another sound effect. So let's give these a go. So it's quite a loud sound. And that's the sound that we hear in the first film when the frill opens and the spitter starts to spit venom at Dennis Nedry, that scary scene. And then if we press the button here on the ribcage, we get more of a roar. So one more time, I'll do the arms first. You can see them moving. And then the ribcage. So that's great to have those two choices of sounds, and I really like those electronic features. I think that's great. Seeing as we only had one sound effect in the original Dilophosaurus electronic toy, it's great to have the choice of two. So there we have it, guys. That was the Dilophosaurus from the 2001 Hasbro Jurassic Park 3 toy line. Let me know if you own or have owned this toy. I personally think it's absolutely fantastic. I love the fact that they've upgraded the Dilophosaurus to having two sound effects, and I really like the paint job on this one. It's a little bit off the original design, but that doesn't bother me too much because I think the features make up for it. The only thing I really would have liked is if they'd had a little bit of skin to cover this React Attack button. I always think the dino damage is a great feature, and I think that would have just sealed the deal with this figure and made it absolutely perfect. Okay guys, rate, comment and subscribe as usual. Enter the competition on the channel page if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next video.